All right, so today I'm joined by Ramirez. He's coming off a win at XMMA, where he actually had an impressive call out. He's one of the fighters that was removed from TUF 31 because Conor McGregor came in and had a few of his teammates that he wanted to push. So basically, he got on the mic and asked Dana White for his opportunity to come in the UFC after getting a big win. How are you doing, Mitch?
I'm doing great, man. Good to be on here.
Great, man. Well, I mean, let's just get into it a little bit. I guess to start from the beginning, how did you get into qualify to be on TUF 31 to begin with?
So the way it went down is I actually got emailed by my coach told me, hey, look, so for those who don't know, I live in Las Vegas, right? So that's where I'm based at. I'm based out of Syndicate MMA.
Okay.
I'd been here, been hearing because the production goes on here. It's in Vegas. The UFC's here. The PI's here. All that stuff's here. So um, I'd been told by a coach, hey, look, they're doing your weight class. Are you interested? And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll think about it. And then shortly thereafter, I guess, my coach had given these guys my name, and the producers reached out to me and emailed me and said, hey, we're interested in you. Will you fill these applications out? Will you do this stuff? And I was like, all right, cool. If they're emailing me about it, then I'll for sure do it. You know what I mean? It's like, I wasn't trying to go try out or do this, do that. I was thinking I would just, get a few more fights and go contender series. Honestly, that was my plan going into this year. But when the producers emailed me and were like, hey, we're interested in you, fill this stuff out, I was like, okay, cool, let's do this. So filled out the applications. They sent me a camera. We did like, a few different interviews. They said, okay, we like your story. We're gonna bring you out, bring you over, I guess, because it's down the street. But
Uh-huh.
we're gonna we like your story. So at that point, I got like a camera, a little camera and some stuff sent to me. It was like, production stuff, like go film your life, whatever else. Went through that stuff. Did that for a few weeks, almost a month, and then ended up going to a hotel over here and was quarantined with all the fighters. Right, so that was like
Yeah.
the last phase. Now we're doing medicals. Now we're doing interviews with ESPN, with Octagon, with all these different things. Like at this point, it's like it's become real. And it's like you've invested a lot of time. I invested a lot of money, to be honest with you, to do this right and to train hard, hired a nutritionist, and all these things that in the past I hadn't done. That was like, hey, if this is going in the Ultimate Fighter house, everything's got to be on point. And I'd actually just come off an injury. I just broken my foot, and I just barely got cleared when these producers emailed me. So it was a real crunch to get there to begin with. We get through. I'm in the hotel for 10 days. Going into the hotel, we knew it was going to be Connor. We knew it was going to be Michael, and we'd been told that. So we were, obviously you'd be pretty pumped, being in that position of like, all right, the opportunity's here and it's a big one.
Right.
Um, Gets to the end of the time period in the hotel, and they basically say, okay, and they kind of said this before, like, okay, some of you guys are gonna end up being alternates, but you'll be on a short list. If anybody gets hurt, they'll be like, so don't, don't just be ready for that. But at that point on that day, I'd been told that, hey, you made the cut, like you're gonna, we like your story, you've got a good story, and and we like you. So I was told that, hey, say bye to your people, hey, send your last text, make your last calls, like, your phone's getting taken tonight. So I was
Mhm.
like, hey, crazy, so obviously I tell my people and everything. And then, time comes around for the phone to go, nobody comes, another hour, another hour, another hour. And then finally a producer comes to my room and says, hey man, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm really sorry, but Connor landed today. And when he landed, he had two guys with him and he's demanding to be on the show. And, basically you're out. His guys are
Wow.
in. You're one of the guys. You're one of the guys that isn't going to be on. Because of that, we're really sorry. We know that you're gonna, go far and you're gonna get opportunities, and it's we all know who you are over the UFC, so on and so forth. So, I'm like, okay, that takes a little bit of the sting off, but still, you're like, damn, dude, I put so much time and money into this, and now like I already told people about this because like y'all told me to call people, and now I've got
Yeah.
to go back and be like, actually, so
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
was.
say, how did you initially take that? Because like you just touched on it a little bit, they told you kind of you would get an opportunity, and maybe did you take that as like a glass half full, or were you still pretty bummed about it at
I mean,
first?
dude, I was bummed. I was bummed, man.
Yeah.
But that was the silver lining,
Okay.
and it was like, okay, like, all right, well, if I'll get a shot, maybe they'll give me a short notice fight, or they'll do something for me at some point. Somebody contact me and be like, hey, this, or my manager or whatever else. I figured something would come of it. And then I saw an interview where the media asked Dana White about it, and he was like, "Oh, this is a stupid question because of course these guys are going to get taken care of. You
Right.
know, these guys are going to get opportunities and so on and so forth." And I was like, oh, okay, sick, man. Like I kind of like took that as like confidence that okay, if Dana's saying that, then like at some point something's coming my way. This will be that's a good thing.